afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with the Simpler Stocks free video. This is for December 28th. Right now I'm broadcasting at 11:51 a.m. on Christmas Eve. Doing it about an hour and 9 minutes before the early close. Just wanted to get this out now. Basically, we're getting exactly what I've talked about on the premium video. So we're getting this holiday just slow bid up. No matter how bad the divergences are, we cannot seem to ever go down in this type of environment, which is totally normal for this type of year. A couple of things I'm watching, and one thing I want to mention about really exciting news is we're probably adding a live chat to the premium side. So for $79, not only are you getting a bunch of charts I post in the morning, you're getting sometimes unusual option activity, you're getting a nightly video, but we're also going to have probably an hour in the morning, hour and a half in the morning, morning chat in the morning where probably we could just jockey ideas back and forth, probably from 7:30 to 9 a.m. And that will be included with your subscription. We'll probably be starting that the first of the year, but just so you know, if you do a trial, $7 for 30 days, you'll get that because that'll, that obviously you're just doing this, let's say on Monday, and the next week we'll start it, so you'll have 3 weeks to enjoy it. So I've gotten a tremendous amount of positive feedback from my premium subscribers about the prospect of me doing that, and we're going to try to make that a reality the first of the year. So that was the first thing I want to mention in here. But one thing that I would mention on a live chat that I think is important, and I'll go over with everybody on the free video, is the importance of certain indexes I'm watching. Is we see the ESs here, and we see that the ESs are sitting here in this area, and it's at all these conflagration of right here of all the moving averages. All of them are sitting in this area here, and the market is trying to just work its way either to a new high, or now it's just going to the resistance, like simple resistance theory, and now it's going to roll back over. One thing to note in here is how you have this level here, you have right here that we're against all these moving averages, and we're getting to where we're going to be overbought. Now, I had talked about this all along, is the quality of the rally from an oversold condition. Was it going to create an overbought? While the blue line, the long-term MACD line, is still under zero. If it stays like this, and if we just stay in this area, this potentially is very bearish next week or the week after. Next thing I'm watching in here is when do you short, when do you buy? Let me just show you something that from a short-term perspective, yesterday, if you were thinking at all at a holiday period of shorting, which to me is crazy anyway, but you see this bull flag right here, you see it go up. Then you have the flag that stays in this level above the moving average and creates an oversold condition. That's not a time to short, that's a time to buy even more. The other thing is, where in here would it look good to short? Never did the moving averages cross. They came close, didn't cross. You don't have us under an ATR stop at all. You don't have us under the moving averages. And what I'm talking about on here is a 78-minute chart. There's nothing in here yet that shows that it's a sell time. In fact, here we go again, that we formed a little bull flag right here and got oversold again. So you're getting these little positive reversals, which means price is near its high, but the oversold gets near its low. So you're getting those all day, which is typical holiday trading. What am I watching for next week? 3 big areas I'm watching. Number one, the Russell. The Russell usually this time of year goes up. As you see this year, and I'm going to put on a 78 so you can get a better idea and zoom out, is the Russell has really underperformed in December this year. As you see in here, it's gone up the last, let's say, 5 days, but relatively from November acted very poor. So one thing I'm watching in here is how the Russell, and I'm going to take off the future so you can get an idea. The Russell has this line right here, right there, and right now it's right at its 49 EMA. I'm watching that closely. Obviously on the right, it doesn't look bad. might have a little negative divergence, but not enough to write home about. Next thing I'm watching here is the Nikkei, which today gapped down about 250. Like I've mentioned a lot on the premium side, is this bear flag right here. If this breaks, it easily could go to under 18,000. You see the level on the 78 on the right shows it a little more clearly. If it breaks there, that's not good for overall market, for the simple fact that if you put out a weekly of the Nikkei, it's been an uptrend for a long time. I mean, it's pulled everything up. It's been probably the strongest of the foreign markets that I watch. If it breaks this little level, it could break this level, and that could be real trouble and get us down to, 16,000. That would be a big deal. So that's one thing I'm watching in here. Other thing I'm watching in here is bonds. Now, I've been harping on this on our simpler stocks premium video of how important the level is of where the bonds are right now. Why should bonds matter to if you're trading stocks? Because if I'm right, if this breaks right here, 154.29 to the downside, it could go down and fill this gap in this area around 144. That's 1 percentage point on the bonds. That's a big deal. That one of the signs of this bull market, one of the themes for the last 4 years, is nowhere else to put your money. And because yields are too low. If we go up 1%, that could make a big difference. I know I mentioned this yesterday, but I'm still watching this. What are the levels I'm watching? Go to a shorter term time frame. Yesterday, just right here, and I don't like making things complicated. You don't have to look at all kinds of retracements or waves. Look at this. Yesterday, the price of the bonds got to about 154, got really oversold. They hit support. Simple as that. If they break this, they're going to go down by that amount, which is about 2.5 points. Now look at it on a daily. You see that if it breaks this, then the next level is this 151.28. It breaks that, then that's a bigger pattern. That's 7 points. First level is 147. Then look at it and zoom out, and I think it gives you a perspective of if it breaks that, where the next level is and where the next level is, 144. So that's something I'm very much watching. So I'm watching the Nikkei, I'm watching the Russell, I'm watching the bonds. Let's see how they act starting Monday. So everybody have a great holiday, and I will talk to you on Monday night. Take care.